today is February the 13th, and what I'm going to do is go over some of this ratio and rates practice sheet for Friday's 100-point test. I am kind of going through and working a few of each section, so you will know what to do on each section. I have done this in every class, so kids should kind of have what I'm getting ready to do. Okay, here we go. So the first section. This is from actually last Monday, not this week, last week. This is where we're going to write a ratio as a fraction in simplest form. Fraction in simplest form. We did this on our 48-point test last Friday, okay? So here we go. First, pull the numbers out the way they're given, unless put money on top. Okay, so we start out with the fraction of 10 over 25. But they want it in simplest form. What goes into 10 and 25? 5. So 5 into 10 twice. 5 into 25, 5. And then we got to have some words. 2 stands for girls. The bottom is students, or total students. And you are done with that one. Not too bad. It's just simplifying. Simplifying, simplifying. Okay. Good on that one? Number 2. 7 striped ties out of 21 ties. So, 7 out of 21, and be careful, it's dividing by 7, so it's 1 out of 3. So 1 striped tie out of 3 total ties. Please remember, I have to have some words. You cannot, it's got to have some words. Okay, so you keep doing that. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, now I'm going to jump down to the next section. Here we go. Please look at number 1 on the next section. If you are sitting with me in class right now, please do this with me. Stay with me, and then we'll kind of work on it some. Okay, we're going to write each rate as a unit rate. So this is where, we did this I think last Tuesday, and a rate is what I'm calling the big numbers. Unit rate meaning how much is 1. How much is 1 of that item, okay? So, starting out, we have 372 letters in 6 minutes. So basically with unit rate, they're asking us how much can we do in 1 minute. Okay, so to figure that out, we're going to do 372 divided by 6, and I get 62. So what that means is this person can do 62 letters in 1 minute. Okay, give me at least those words. Okay, so let's do number 2. 42 watts used in 3 seconds. That's like electricity. So 42 over 3. But we want to know how much we're going to use in 1 second. 14. So 14 watts. They divided 42 divided by 3 is 14 watts. Okay. This is why, if I do a few examples, it helps y'all. When you go back to do this section, say, oh yeah, that's what we did. Okay, let's go down to this next section. Down here. This is basically what we did last night with ratio tables. Most of us are remembering this. We need to fill in that cute little box, okay? Once again, I am using quick, fast facts. But if you can always do something different. I think of 25, and I got to get to 225. And I think of 25 as quarters. How many quarters in a dollar? 4. So $2 is 8. Plus 1 more is 9. So I take my calculator. I'm thinking 9. But I could be wrong. So I sit here and do 25 times 9. And I got 225. Okay, so I'm right. So on the bottom, I'm going to do times 9. So if I do it on the top times 9, I get 18. Some skip counting, some jumping, whatever you want to call it. I will say, hint, hint, if you will look down at number 3, the only way I could figure it out is I switched them. I put the cost on top and I put the CDs on bottom. I just swapped it because I can figure it out a little bit easier. If 5 CDs are $40 and they want to know how much 2 CDs are, okay, and I'm over here thinking, so 1 is 8, and I did. 40 divided by 5 is 8. So 1 is 8, and then I'm figuring out 2. Okay, sometimes you need to flip them. Like, money needs to be on top if you're going to do that. I just did 40 divided by 5 is 8. Well, 1 is $8, so 2 is 16. 8 times 2 is 16. Okay. That one I realized after about maybe first period, second period, I was like, ooh, I got to flip that thing. So we need that answer, right? There. Okay. So, on the bottom section, this is from last week, if you've been absent. Kind of refresh you on this. This was on the back of the 48-point test, okay? We're going to, using a pair of rates or ratios, we need to know if they are equivalent, yes or no, okay? Basically, this is where we take each one down to a unit rate, how much is 1, and then we're going to compare them. Okay? Yeah, it just takes some thinking. So I'm going to do the 8 and the 10. 8 out of 10 boys like sports. So on average, one boy (8 divided by 10) is 0.8. I guess I'll put like sports. It's kind of weird because we know there's not an eighth of a boy. But 0.8 out of 1, 0.8 out of 1 likes sports. And let's say that's at one school. Now we're going to try another school, or we're going to compare another school. The other school is 25 out of 30. So at this group or school, 0.83 repeating like sports. Okay, so now you got two different numbers. They're both one boy, but this school is 0.8 and this one's 0.83 repeating. Are they equal? No. So over here, I write no. I know it's been a while. That's why I'm kind of helping you out here. Okay. Give you a second to kind of catch it. Try number 2 and then we'll compare answers. Guys, if you can get done in class, do it, because this turns into homework where you don't finish. I've got an answer key. I can help you check them and stuff. Okay, kind of looking at that one. Sorry, that's flip that over. Yeah, it's $8 for each ticket. Okay. So on the back, there is one. You want to listen? Yes. Basically, the top keeps doing the same thing. This is the section from last night where it says answer each question using ratios or rates and rates. This is like last night. So it's kind of like word problems that we got to figure out an answer to. The one that is the weirdest and hardest on the whole sheet, listen to number 2. Here we go. Okay. It says, the world's fastest insect is the dragonfly, which can fly up to 36 miles per hour. At this rate, how long would it take a dragonfly to travel 54 miles? Here's the weird part about this one. I realize it says 36 miles per hour. So we think we're on per 1. Like, that's what we're thinking. But the problem is we don't need to know how far this dragonfly goes in an hour. We know that. We know he goes 36 miles in 1 hour. We need to know how long does it take him to go 1 mile. 1 mile. At least I had to do it this way, okay? Meaning that if I need to know 1 mile, that means miles needs to be on the bottom. And hours is on top. Okay, now pulling out the numbers. It says 36 miles per hour. 36 miles in 1 hour. So if he's going 54 miles, we're trying to figure out what would be right here. Now, it's almost backwards math because I need you to think. Our whole goal here is to get we need to figure out a 1 right here. Well, to figure out 1 mile, 36 what? Divided by 36 equals 1. Well, this looks weird, but what is 1 divided by 36? Yes. So, 0.027 repeating. Now, I know, but that's because it rounds, and I've said that. Listen. Here's the deal. So when you get that math, 1 divided by 36, you get this weird calculator number. But the last step is, that's 1 mile. So now we got to do the last jump, or whatever you want to call it. How do I get from a 1 to a 54? Times 54. So, on the top, if I do times 54, remember, don't clear out your calculator. Just leave it like that and go times 54, and it's 1.5. So it takes basically what this means is it takes this dragonfly an hour and a half to go 54 miles. It kind of is an even number, but it's almost backwards math. I knew it was 1 and something, because if he goes 1 hour 36, we know if he's going longer than that, we know it's at least an hour. We just didn't know how much longer. Okay? Does that help a little bit? That one's the oddest one. The rest of them you should be okay on. Okay? So, I need you to finish this. Most kids have had about 10 or 15 minutes. Okay, I might do a few just for the fun of it. That was the ones that I pretty much did in class. I'm going to jump around and just do a few extra. If you were at home and wanting to check, I'm not going to do them all, but okay. Leonardo recorded his speed while skateboarding. Oh, this is the funny one. And determined he was traveling 18 feet per second. Okay. So, how many feet would he travel in 1 minute? Now, basically, we need seconds on bottom. That's what I said. Okay. And we need feet on top. Please keep going. Y'all finish your work if you're past me and you already got this. Okay. The key is 60 seconds is 1 minute. You got to keep up with, even though you're changing it to 1 minute, you got to think 60 seconds in a minute. Now, okay, thank you. It's beautiful. Don't let me lose it now. Okay. 1 times what gives me 60? 60. Okay. And then 18 times 60. I did it earlier, but I don't remember it.
1,080.
1,080, yes. So, it's 1,080 feet in 60 seconds. And he must have rocket power. That's all I know. Okay. Keep going. I might do a few more in a minute, and we'll try to actually pause this thing for once and see if the pause button will actually work. Okay, so I'm going to go and do another one, just kind of check your work. Let's see. I'll do this number 6 with the convertibles. And it says 21 out of 75. Now listen, 21 should scream at you what multiplication table? 3 times 7, right. Now, either one, 3 times 7. So, check. What number goes into 75?
71.
3 or 7?
5.
5 does, but 5 won't go into 21.
3.
Okay, I'm going to venture out and show y'all something. And I don't know, I'm kind of recording as I do this. And y'all know that I don't know the calculator that well. Please watch. Are you ready?
Yes.
You're wondering if that thing simplifies.
Yes.
Okay, it is 21 over 75. Everybody agree?
Correct.
Okay, watch. 21, ABC, 75, the ABC button, fraction button, right?
Oh, yes.
Okay, equals,
Mind blown. Wait, what?
what goes into 21 and 75?
7.
Divide by 3. Divide by 3. Okay, I hope you're looking. The one above it, since I've mind blown some of you.
Yes, you have.
The one above you. 8 red marbles to 32. Don't get up again. 8 to 32. Now, if you are not sure how to simplify it, or if it simplifies, 8 ABC 32 equals 1/4. What goes into 8? 8, one time.
4.
Over 4.
Red marble.
Listen, I hadn't shown you because y'all need to know how to simplify without the calculator. Yes. In just a second. Let me get see if I can find it. Let me pause this thing real quick. Okay, so basically I'm going to do a few more for you guys at home that are kind of wondering if you're doing the right thing. Okay, I'm going to go to this middle section where we were doing unit rate. I'm going to do this side. So $96 for 4 ounces. Uh-huh. I can. 1 second. So how much for 1 ounce? 4. So to figure this,
24.
yeah, because we do 96 divided by 4, and we get $24 for 1 ounce of gemstones. Okay. Going to number, is it 3?
Yeah.
Now, I need y'all to, you're not the only one who's questioning me. It's the only reason I'm saying this. Oh, that one or not?
The one with that.
Okay, this one, think about money. I'll just tell you, like, y'all know that American money goes out 2 spots, so don't let some change freak you out. Okay, on the back. The top one?
Yes.
Okay. I put teachers on top because I think what they're trying to ask you is if there are 3 teachers for 63 students, what is the ratio of student per 1 teacher? I wish they'd flip this. Okay? Some decimal weird. So, I'm going to put teachers on the bottom. 3 teachers for 63 kids. What if there was 1 teacher at this school? Then that teacher would be responsible for 21 students per teacher. Okay? Then, at let's say another school, they have 147 students per 7 teachers. So, 1 teacher is on average responsible for 21 students. So are they equal? Yes. I'm going to stop right there, let y'all finish it up. Tomorrow I'll be checking it. Immensely checking it. Thank you.